like to introduce you to Sarah, who will introduce the Samoan team.
Both teams now taking the field, ready to go on.
Before I read out our team, I just want to speak on behalf of our manager, Mr. Toleafo Tuave Titito, our management staff, the team, and the people of Samoa, to extend our warm greeting to everyone who is here today to witness and support both teams in the game that we're just about to begin. Hope everyone enjoys this evening's event. So here is our team. Number 1, Seuteni Junior Seuteni, our prop number 1 from Leififi College. Number 2, Ayesi Simeti Hooker from Samoan College. Number 3, Ngafa Matthew Nonu, prop number 3 from St. Joseph's College. Number 4, Julius Caesar Newsina Oppa, lot number 4 from St. Joseph's College. Number 5, Kaisa Alauni Fatu, lot number 5 from Leumuengafo College. Number 6, Sam Taulapapa Ale, flanker number 6 from Leumuengafo College. Number 7, Motu Opetai, flanker number 7 from Palalawa College. Number 8, Biliamu Junior East Timor from Matuainu, last man from Leififi College, and he is also our captain. Number 9, Des Sepulona, halfback from Leumuengafo College. He is also our vice captain. Number 10, Philip Fale Toelupe, first 5 from Samoa College. Number 11, Fa'afoi Falaniko, wing 11 from Ale Pata College. Number 12, Alessandra Lino Mayaba, our second 5 from Waimoma College. Number 13, Steve Onosai, our center from Leififi College. Number 14, Tomasi Misifor, wing 14 from LBS Pesena College. Number 15, Malo Luteru, fullback from Leififi College. 16, Josefo from Mataivabe, one of the reserves. Number 17, Malo Fanyaye Fata from Ale Pata College, reserve. Number 18, Osa Dosan Akui from LBS Viola College. Number 19, Siu Malai Atapana, reserve from Leumuengafo College. Number 20, Joe Fitulima Fiali, reserve from Leumuengafo College. 21, Urima Sepulona, reserve from Leumuengafo College. 22, Ati Junior Ati, reserve from Avele College. Number 23, Eliu Giovanni Hunt, reserve from St. Joseph's College. May God bless both teams this evening. Kafetai.
Thank you, Tara. The Australian team, I'll go through quickly. Number 1 is Adrian Brown. 2, Thomas Maker. 3, Dylan Saunders. 4, Ani Raori. 5, Angus Houston. 6, Keenan Timu. 7, Zach Barnabas. 8, Thomas Ratwick. 9, Cullen Cooper-Jones. 10, Jude Gibbs. 11, Junior Tupou. 12, Ryan Grocott. 13, Dan O'Brien. 14, Colin Greeley. 15, Jack Mossman. 16, Angus Shortell. 17, Angus Webstale. 18, Remsi Lemisio. 19, Laggy Gleason. 20, Leitana King Togi. 21, Lewis Ward-Sean. 22, James Nichols. And 23, Jasper Mellish. Good luck, boys. We please stand for the national anthem.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our referee for today's fixture is Tom Nicol, and our assistant referees are Michael De Lorenzo and Jackson Brislane. We'll now have the traditional Samoan challenge prior to the kickoff.
This is the Samoa Power from the Samoan school. Our special thanks today to the referees, Tom Nickel, Mitchell De Lorenzo and Jackson Brisbane. Thank you, referees.
As we get ready for kick-off, Samoa will be running to the south. Australian schools running to the north. Good kick deep into the 22. Clearance doesn't find touch, goes back, and the Samoans play it back deep into the Australian schools quarter. Tom Gatwick caught there. Good tackle. Clean out comes. Australian schools in good position. They're going to run it out here. Now kick through. Almost charged down, not finding touch again. Samoan schools go wide. Samoan schools work over the 22 ball at the back. Good clean out. Good setup here. Oh, they've picked and go on the edge. Good meters. Penalty here. Ruck formed. And Samoa have taken the option of going for the penalty goal. So Samoan 10, Tualupe converts the penalty. Samoan schools lead 3-0. Jude Gibbs to kick off for the Australian schools. Short kick changes direction. Samoans take it inside the 10. And Miss Sofa will go the length of the field and score. Australian Australian Schools didn't react to that well. Paid the penalty. Score now is 8 points to 0.
Goal scored by number 14 from Samoa.
Do we have its commentator all good?
Score now, Samoan Schools 8, Australia 0.
Replay there. Samoa Schools reacted well to that kick. Didn't go the 10, but they played on anyway and were able to reap the benefits.
I've got kick up. I'm going to go for a zoom.
And the kick is successful. So Samoan 5'8", Tonalupe is successful.
The toilets today are at the southern end of the field, underneath the building, and to your right.
So Australian Schools now recapture the kickoff going through. Turned over in the tackle well. The penalty comes. No tackle release from the Samoans. Jude Gibbs now with a kick for touch. Thomas Marker, the hooker, to throw in now for Australian Schools. Goes over the top, no clean take there. Samoa recover the ball. Hands out. Australian Schools going down over the top, not keeping their feet. Hands in the ruck, the signal from the referee. Couldn't hear him. Touch found on the 40-metre line. Semete to throw in for Samoa. Samoa going to a 4-man set-up on their line out. Overthrown, well taken there by Cooper Jones. Ball goes wide. Lost forward though. Samoa recover. Knock on advantage. Box kick from the 9. Well taken, plenty of room here now for Australian Schools. Good run. Stumbled, regained his footing though. Lost forward in the tackle. No advantage from the knock on. So we'll come back for the scrum with a Samoa feed. So the Samoa winger, Misofo, who scored the first try, coming off. Looks like an ankle injury to him. He started very well scoring the first try. Big scrum from Australian Schools now. They've won that ball well. Thomas Krapp on his home field. Last time he'll get to play on Knox Oval. Recycle again, Thomas again. Good clean out. Quick ball now for Australian Schools. Good aggressive run there. Ball goes wide. Ball went behind Mosman, but they've cleaned up Australian Schools. Good tackle from Samoa. Ball's gone out. They have the line out there. Samoa with a 3-man setup this time. Goes to the front. Sloppy ball. Advantage though, playing advantage, penalty advantage. Ball goes deep. Outside the 22. We'll go back, says the referee. Now have clear advantage. James Nichols has come on in number 22 for Australian Schools. We'll just check the replacement there. And he's come on for Ryan Crockett, and Hunt has come on for the Samoan team to replace Misufu. So Samoa, no jump throw, clear, quick clear, trying to fix the issues with their lineouts. Good strong run in the midfield though. Good tackle by Gibbs and Saunders there. Now gone over the 22 Samoa. Good clean out. That ball looked like it was going to get stolen by the Australians, but no such luck. The pinch by O'Brien. Could have been offside there, I feel. And caught holding on. Quick play by the Samoan, the 9. They shift it. Close to the post now. Good defence from the Australians. They hold him up and drive him back. Numbers now, they should score here, 13. Quick clearance is needed. They slow it down, the Australians. Now goes wide. And over the top, and it's gone out. Going back for the penalty though. Penalty advantage. And Samoa take the quick tap again. Trying to wrestle over the try line. Very slow coming out. No try, says the referee. Lost forward, says the referee. We'll come back out for a 5-minute scrum. So Samoa were monstered in the last scrum by the Australian team. Their ball running has been very good so far, but their set piece has struggled against a very well-drilled Australian group.
Fine.
Ball in now for the Australians. Well controlled, change of angle there, coming through, good gap running. Out to the 22. Quick clean out, ball delivery. Gibbs kicks it wide to the open wing. Good run back into midfield there by the Samoans. Good kick. Ball stays in though. Chip and chase. Jude Gibbs with a good tackle there. Penalty now. Holding on. And the Australians find touch 20 metres from the try line. Tom Marker now to throw in for the Australians. Australians go with a 5-man line out. They go to the middle, well won, feed from the top. Solid hit in midfield there. Good line speed from the Samoans. Big goose step there from Greeley. Advantage now for the Australians. Samoans are really having to scramble here. A lot of pressure. They're offside again. They go wide. Gibbs puts a chip kick in for the wing. One high, but ugly tackle. And we'll have time off here. Junior Tupu caught in the air, but he's gotten to his feet quite quickly. He looks okay.
Just a reminder that this game is being live streamed on the Australian Schools Facebook site.
So fella Nicow here is the one that's been penalised. So we're just waiting to see if there'll be anything else from this. He's been yellow carded. So the Samoans down to 14 men. So today's match is with 12 rolling subs to get the most out of all the boys here. Get the opportunity to play some international rugby for their first time. And so the Australians have elected to put the ball into touch, full line out here. Houston with the take. They're going to try and rumble it through now here. Good drive from the Australians. They've got to get that ball to the back though. Maintaining that drive. Well done. I think they'll score here. Yes, they will. Thomas Marcus with the try. Thomas from Newington College here in Sydney.
Australia scored their first try. Number 3 for Australia. Current score Samoan Schools 10, Australian Schools 5.
Jack Mussman from Scots College attempting the conversion. Vice captain of the team today. New South Wales Schools representative for the past 2 years, Jack. And the kick is successful.
Number 15 Australian Schools. Score is now Samoan Schools 10, Australian Schools Barbarians 7.
So 7-10 here in favour of the Samoan Schools. So Samoa with only 14 on due to the yellow card. Good kick deep into the 22. But dropped there by Australian Schools. Thomas Grattan on his home field. Scrum now to Samoa Schools. First two scrums to Australian School have been quite good. Their first scrum against the Samoan feed was very good. They won the tight head. Could be on again here. Pack weights would be very similar, but you would think that the Australian School's set piece technique should dominate here. And there they go. Very good scrum from Australian Schools. Ball's out. Very messy ball. Knocked down on the ground, unfortunately. Callum Cooper-Jones there with the knock on. Tom Maker, the hooker for the Australian Schools, really trying to assert his place in this scrum. Samoa feet again, ball looks messy again, a lot of pressure on the halfback, well taken there by Simu, but they've maintained possession, the Samoans. Going short off the edge of the ruck by Sameti. Cleared now. Little wrap ball by Fatu. Australia's won that in the breakdown, I think we're fine. No. No release, he's saying, the referee. And time off, having a chat to the Australian team here. So the Samoans are taking the option of the penalty goal now. Tualupe taking the kick, the 10. And the kick is successful. So Australia Schools with the work to do here. They go short again. Knocked back but not recovered by Australia. Playing advantage to the referee for a knock on. He'll bring it back now. No advantage to the Samoans. Interesting way the Samoans fundraised to get here this year. They did a wheelbarrow drive around the islands. Members of the team took a wheelbarrow out, drove it down the streets or pushed it down the streets, and the community came out and filled the wheelbarrow full of money to help them get here. So it really is a community team coming to Australia. Big scrum again from the Australians. Chip kick now into open space, well covered by Mossman. Stays on his feet. Does well. They shift the ball, Australians. Now they go forward. Timu Caleb. The Australians get the penalty now for the Samoans not staying on their feet at the breakdown. Trying to seal off. And Gibbs now with the kick. And finds touch about 30 metres out from the try line. Five-man set up for the Australians. Some changes there for the Samoans as well, with 3 and 4 coming off. Now ball from the top. Goes wide. Gatwick holds it up. Goes in behind, or late tackle there. Australians recover. Back deep now. Gibbs evades one. Doesn't evade the second. Bounce pass now. Has to go to ground. Timu's doing his best. Maker's doing his best there to hold on. They clear the ball, the Australians. Gleeson with the carry now. Ball there. The Samoans not rolling. The ref getting in close to that breakdown. Cut out pass. O'Brien. Another cut out pass to the wing. And Greeley. Greeley still going. On the toe. Pressure now for all the Samoans. From Bori. Latore cleans up well. A lot of pressure. The 9 runs. He's been elusive all night. Pulana. Ball's there now at the back of the breakdown. They're looking to clear. Lots of pressure coming. They run it from their in goal. He has to kick under a lot of pressure. That's a great clearance from there. Greeley now. Controls the ball, shifts it to Gibbs. They go wide again to Mossman. He shows and goes. Evades one, gets caught in the second. Breaks the second, breaks the third. Shifts the ball on. Thomas Marco. Oh, but lost forward there by Cooper Jones. The Samoans now knock on as well. So we'll have knock on both ways. We'll have the scrum now. So many of the current Wallabies have come through this system. You only have to look at the players playing in the World Cup at the moment who've come through this Australian schools system and developed into the current Wallaby team playing for the World Cup. Samoa now still under a lot of pressure, scrum time. Pick and go at the back by Seopolana. He's gone well. He's lost the ball though. He went well over 60 metres with that ball, and now it's gone into touch off the Australians. So the Samoans will have another throw in just short of the halfway. Light's starting to take effect here now. And short throw doesn't come off for the Samoans. The Australians recover. Good drive now. Ball at the back. Cooper Jones feeds on the Gratwick. Good carry now from the Australians. Oh, on the floor, sloppy. They didn't get that extra man into the breakdown. Mossman has to go back and recover. Doesn't get through the first tackle this time. Sealed off by Adrian Brown. Gibbs not held. Cooper Jones now shifts it. We go wide now. Mossman puts it along the ground. Pressure here for the Samoans. Well, that was a neat trick, but referee's seen something. He's going back. In front of the kicker, he's saying. So players in front of the kicker there, and the referee's taking it back. So penalty to Samoa on the 5 metre line. Tolu with the kick. And that sits on its car behind the hedge. One of the little curiosities of this ground, once it goes over that fence in the background, ladies and gentlemen, that ball is gone. It's the property of State Rail. So you've got to keep them inside the fence. Thrown over there on purpose by the Samoans. They go wide, round the back with Opentare. Drop goal attempt now. And it looks pretty good. And it's been awarded. So Talupe is having a great night with the boot here. Another 3 points. Strange kick off quickly. Knock on there by the Samoans, unfortunately. Misofo coming back onto the ground after going off earlier. Angus Webstale now has come on for the Strange Schools at the loose head, and Sepulona has come off for the Samoans and has been replaced by Sepulona. Good pressure from the Australian scrum. They go hard here. Nichols with a good run and pass. Oh, ugly ball that one. Mossman cleans up well though. Barnabas under all sorts of pressure here, the Australians. They just need to settle. And the Samoans have stolen it. Good pick and go through the middle. Box kick now from the Samoans. Good chase, but open play, and the Australians come away with it. Shifted well. Tries on here. He's got to run hard for the corner. And James Nichols scores in the corner for the Australians from King's Christian College. So they're pegging it back now, the Australians. Kick to come from Mossman. 16-12 the score. Another tough kick here for Mossman. His 2 try scorers haven't helped him out a great deal in that respect. And he's pushed that wide, unfortunately. As the sun's gone down, it's starting to get a bit cool here. It wouldn't surprise me if the ball starts to get a bit dewy. We might see a little bit more drop ball. Samoa now setting up. Talupe for the kickoff. And they go deep. Good pressure from the Samoans. The Australians go wide. Mossman onto O'Brien. Good run. Evades 3. Puts the kick on puts the kick through, but knocked on again there. Unfortunately, hasn't had a great time since he's come back on. Misofo after scoring the first try of the match. And it's the scrum to the Australians. Australian scrum's been very good all night, very impressive. Good control, driving straight through. And it's the same again, good pressure through. They go wide, out the back. Quick ball on from Mossman. Out to Tupou, running well, over the 50. He'll go all the way here. I'll bring this around. Great try from the Australians. Tupou from St Edmunds College in Canberra. They were undefeated in their competition this year. Junior's nickname within the group is the Silent Assassin, and he proved it there. Just cut them open, the Samoans. Mossman now with the kick. More favourable position this one. And he converts the try.
Successful 115.
So Australia dominating in the set piece.
19, Samoan Schools 16.
The Samoans are doing well at the breakdown and in general play, as we would expect them to do, but it's the Australian set piece that is really getting them back into this game. Toulouse with the kickoff again. They go deep this time. Greeley again with some great footwork. Great ball. Oh, spilt though. But we'll come back for the penalty. No arm tackle. So the Samoans here, just a little bit of discipline letting them down, keeping the Australians in the match, and now they've been able to just edge ahead. Greeley with great footwork there to make that break, and O'Brien then back on the inside. Gibbs for touch now. And he's put that almost on top of me here. So make it a throw in here. Australian go with a 7-man set, full line out. Well taken. Samoans try to collapse it straight away. They do well. They sack the jumper, but the ball comes to the back. Cooper Jones to Gibbs. Out the back, Mossman. Running well. Inside ball there. Back to Tumu. Junior going well. Junior going again. He'll go for his second, and he's got it. Some great running there. Had a lot of work to do. Tackles to bust and got over the line. Samoa unlucky there. Sacked the line out really well, but couldn't actually kill the ball as they wanted. And the Australian schools were able to shift the ball out to their money man, the Silent Assassin himself. They've had a big tour so far, the Samoans. They've played 3 games on the tour so far. First game against South Coast, winning that game 56-0 at Shoalhaven Rugby Park. Then ACT Schools, a very tough game there, which they won 24-19. And their last game against Central West out at Dubbo, where they came out victors 79-7. And the kick from Mossman is good, and he converts the try. Half-time now. So the half-time score is 24-16.
26-16. Australia in favour of Australia. It's now half-time.
So it's 20, with that last conversion, Australia leads 26-16. So the Samoans have gone very well here tonight.
The correct score is 26-16, not 24-16.
They are struggling though in that set piece, especially the scrum. The Australians are very dominant there, getting good front foot ball, putting the Samoans under a lot of pressure on their own ball, winning 2 tight heads there. So I'm sure that the Samoan coaches will be having a big chat to the boys about that in the sheds now at half time. As I said before, the Samoans have had to do a lot of fundraising to get here. The wheelbarrow push that they did around the islands. The other major fundraiser was a raffle in all 40 schools within the islands, all 40 high schools, so that the whole community could be involved in getting these boys here to Australia. Assisting with that was the Principals Association of Samoa. They were one of the major sponsors of the tour, ensuring that the boys could get their chance to play representative rugby. The Samoan Rugby Union have kitted out the team with all their playing strip and number ones and tour gear. And the other major sponsor for the group is Samoan Airways, who assisted in getting the players to Australia and their other travel costs and requirements. So without those sponsors and the individuals over in Samoa, this team wouldn't be here. This is the 6th tour of Australia by the Samoan schools team. Just to give you a bit of an idea of the current Wallabies that have come through this system and have been part of Australian schools rugby, those players that are currently at the World Cup, you've got Isaac Rodder, Reece Hodge, Jack Dempsey, Scott Seo, Luke Jones, Michael Hooper. James O'Connor, James Slipper, Matt Tamua, Dane Haylor-Petty, Kurtley Beale, Will Genia, Christian Leofano, David Pocock. All these players coming through the Australian school system and in Japan at the moment playing for the Wallabies in the World Cup.
Feel free
Just a little history on Australian Schools Barbarians Rugby. In 2015, the Australian A Schools team was renamed to the Australian Schools Barbarians and now wears the famous green jersey. The history and amateur traditions of the Barbarians fit with the philosophy of schoolboy rugby. Barbarians Rugby is special. It is a stranger to the traditional club concept. It has no home ground or clubhouse. It sits at the higher levels of rugby and does not enter competitions. Players come together only for a special match, tour or occasion. Membership is by invitation only, and players remain members of their own clubs. While they retain their allegiance to their home teams, once a barbarian, always a barbarian. The key consideration is that a barbarian should be a good rugby player and a good sportsman in the widest sense of the word. The UK Barbarian Rugby Club, the originator of the concept, was formed in London in 1890. How it became known as the Barbarians has never been recorded. The term is Greek in origin. 2,000 years ago, the Greeks and Romans gave this name to the nomadic bands who penetrated their frontiers and invaded their empires. They were fierce outsiders who were different with no fixed home, and their uncouth customs and habits disrupted the established and settled ways of their own civilizations. An apt name for the club. The aim is to play attacking rugby, played in the true spirit for the pleasure of both players and spectators. This has been the keystone of their popularity. Winning is important, but is far from being everything. The Barbarians do not have inhibitions, national or otherwise, which are there in a club or representative matches. With the great strength of teams opposing the Barbarians nowadays, it is not always possible to do this, but this is still the creed. The Barbarians' objectives are to reward skill and ability of a rugby player and true sportsmanship on and off the field. To have players of significant standing and proven sportsmanship demonstrate the game in the true spirit without the need to compete for a place in a competition ladder. To promote the game of rugby at all levels and to contribute to the enjoyment of the game. Objectives most school principals and coaches would identify with. The Australian Barbarian Rugby Club was formed in 1956 along the same lines as the UK Barbarians. It is affiliated to Rugby Australia and works with Rugby Australia in player and skill development. The first match against a combined Newcastle-New South Wales team was in 1957. The club played the first of its international fixtures with a match against New Zealand, Maori and Fiji. Since then, other international matches have been played in Australia against England and Canada, and the UK Barbarians, New Zealand Barbarians and the French Barbarians, Australian Services, New Zealand Services and the Australian Police Rugby Union team. Players wear a green jumper with white shorts and will be expected to play in either their school or state socks, a tradition of all Australian Barbarians teams. In 1995, rugby became professional. It was clear well before then that it was only a matter of time as top-level players were being called to sacrifice time for ever-growing commitments. It was a sea change for us, but within 2 years we were as busy as we had ever been. We were realistic enough to know that some things would never be the same. Our top-level players were now contracted, and this meant limits on availability. Player payments not only applied to playing the elite, who are at the top of the pyramid. The vast number of our players at all levels are still amateur. The club has adapted to this environment, and much emphasis is focused on providing assistance to development and the school's rugby community. Australian schools now running to the south. Kick off there, mishandled. Gathered in. Make good ground there. Rory making the ground now. They go one wide. Trying for a quick ball. Mellish is now on and goes, crabs a little bit, but we get good ground there from that ball. Slowed down by the Samoans. No, he's held on, said the referee. So the Samoans win the penalty there. Holding on by the Australians. Throwing now for the Samoans. They go to a three-man line out. Quick ball. They've had to make some changes there. Their set piece was letting them down in the first half. Good ball now. Australians on that ball straight away. They've slowed it down. They didn't get the turnover though. Changing call from the referee there. He said it was okay to start, and now he's gone off their feet, the Samoans. Kick from Gibbs. Right into the corner now, so 5 metre line out for the Australians. Close time off, changes now for the Samoans. 13's coming from the field. Onosaya. So Makana has come off for the Australians and Sawtell's come on to hook and throw. He's got the ball now ready to go. Just waiting on those changes from the Samoans. Time back on. They go to the middle of the line out, the Australians. Quick ball off. They've gone around the side. They've got good shape. Moving through here. Good drive. Ball at the back, but the Samoans have been able to drive it back now. Held at the back. They've cleared it now. Langy Gleeson with the run there. Good shape. Quick ball. They need to go wide. Oh, didn't pass it on, but we'll go back in and we get the try there from O'Brien. Held on to that ball for a second. I thought he could have messed that up, but he got through. Good footwork in the end and gets him over the line. Had some work to do. Breaks 2 tackles to get to the line and reaches out, as you can do. Kick unsuccessful. So score remains 31-16. So the ball will be starting to get slippery for this second half. A little bit of dew on the ground. Hasn't gone 10, but the Australians play on. Charging down now deep into the 22, and we've gone out. Good tackle there from the Samoans. They want the ball quickly. They will go to play on, but the Lineout's still not set. They probably could have had the opportunity there. Quick play. Samedi now to throw the ball in. 3-man set up again from the Samoans. And they go over the back. Well read by the Australians and not straight, says the referee. So we'll come back in. And the Samoans about to be back to their full 15 after the player comes back from the yellow card at the end of the first half. So the Australians opt for the scrum. New front row in for the Australians. We'll see how if they can maintain this dominance that was set in the first half. Samoans better scrum from them this time. The Australian win it though. They go wide. Mossman picks up a hard ball, but it's slipped through there. Samoans now quick balls needed, and we've had the knock on. Referee goes back for the original knock on by the Australians. Samoan ball here. So we'll see how they go now. So new Australian front row with Sawtell, Webbsdale and Lamiso. Samoans pushing before the ball's in. Referee Nickel just talking to them again, wants them to maintain packing straight. Yeah, free kick. Australians moving before the ball's in, not holding the weight. No real option there for the referee but to award that free kick. They're outside their 22 here. What are the Samoans going to do? So he taps, puts up a Gary Owen. And knocked back by the Samoans. They play on, drive it to the middle of the field. Lost forward though in the tackle. And the referee missed that. We've gone wide again. Oh, big hit out there in the centres. Gibbs, great tackle there. Needed to be made. Very dominant tackle. The Samoans though recovered well. Gone back over the gain line. Good footwork to the contact now. Barnabas with another good tackle from the Australians. Oh, big hit there. Going to be in trouble though. No arms in this tackle, the referee's going to say. So that's Lesmano. He's only just come on the field. And the referee's giving him a yellow card. No arms in the tackle's the call. Samoans now, 4-man line out, jump one cleanly off the top, they go wide. Number 8, has to take the ball behind him, has to stop. Lost the ball now forward on the ground. Australians under pressure, they have won the turnover, but they're under pressure with it. Well taken off the back. Past the gain line, they drive that on. Ball on the ground, Samoans are offside. Big kick, a lot of pressure here. Well taken. Good quick ball off the ground. This is where the Samoans are at their most dangerous, this quick ball, running at the man. Good clean out. They're trying to shift, good pressure. The Australians are scrambling. Need to get their defensive pattern in shape here. Up. Hitting off the edge again, the Samoans making yards with every ball carry. 15 metres out from the line now, the Samoans. They've got an advantage here too as well. Penalty for offside. Ball's out. They'll go again off the edge. He's had a great game. Opotere. Ball slowed down now though. The Australians get their pattern set again in defence. Ball out the back. 8 wasn't expecting it. He's done well though. He's got to the gain line. Again off the edge of the Samoans, but they've lost the ball. But we'll come back for the penalty. No advantage for the offside. Samoans really getting physical now at that breakdown. This is what we expected from them. They would be physical at the breakdown. They were going to struggle at the set piece, and it's sort of come to fruition. But they're working hard now. They tap the ball. Samedi runs hard into the Australian defence. They're having to work hard here. Knock on. Well, they sealed that off there, the Australians. They did well. King Tonga did very well there, their replacement. Changes coming in now for the Australians. They are a man down. Dylan Saunders has come on. And Thomas Gratwick has had to come off. His last match ever here on Knox Oval. His home field. Big moment for him. And he's had to go off so that we can have the scrum. With Lamesu in the sin bin for the Australians for no arms in the tackle. Ball in, the Australians struggling now. They're on skates, but they've maintained the ball. Gone well, Gibbs. Gibbs loses it in the tackle. Rashon cleans up. Ball's gone down. No advantage there, so the referee's going to play the scrum. Unplayable. Gibbs unlucky, needed to draw and pass, but Washong came through, cleaned it up, just fresh on the field, the halfback. The Samoans now think they're a chance, 8 on 7. So Samoans making a change here at hooker. With Samedi coming off. And Sefo coming on. So as it's under 18s, they have to match numbers in the scrum, and the 8 for Samoa has to come off. And a much more stable scrum for the Australians. They find touch about 15 metres out from their own try line. Jasper Mellish with a good clearance. Samoa with a 3-man line out set out here. 4 men now. There's a few inside the 10 here. They may get penalised here if they're not careful, Samoa. Yes, well, the referees missed that. Samoa had a man standing 5 metres back from the line out. And outside the 15 should have been a penalty. But play on. Good defence from the Australians now. They're lining up here, the Samoans. Good hammer and latch going through. They're just a metre short. The ball at the back. They're trying to work it over. They're claiming a try. And he's awarded it. So Tom Nicol, the referee's awarded that try. Samoans get over on the edge. Couldn't quite make out who scored it, unfortunately. Number 3, Nonu, scored that try. So a bit lucky to get away with that, Samoa. Player from the line out, neither here nor there. So that conversion was successful. We go back now. The Australians set up. Mellish kicks off for the Australians. They go to the centre field. Samoans again looking for quick recycle, but the Australians are just managing to slow that ball down. Goes back now. Taken back in. Good chase here from the Samoans. Mellish evades one. Bumps off a second. Gets held there though. Not rolling away. The Samoans. Oh, good clean out from the Australians. It needed to come. The ball's getting slowed down. Nice little short ball to Saunders. Gleeson now carry. Quick ball again. We're going wide. Houston, good carry. But belted back. Superior numbers there from the Samoans. No release though. The referee's just letting that go. They're getting a bit messy at the breakdown. Again, the Samoans sealing off, slowing the ball down. And we're going back. Quick tap from the Australians. They go wide. Mossman beats one, beats two, looking for support. They're not there fast enough, the Australians. They get there now. Ball at the back, no halfback. Come in and feed. Ball on the toe from Gibbs. They're going to check. They're checking there, the referee and the touch judge. We lost the vision there, I'm sorry. So they're just checking the referee and the assistant referee there as to that contestable kick. No try. We're going back to a 22. So ball put into the in goal by the Australians, not carried over, so we go back to a 22. Here we go. On your vision now. And forced by the Samoans. So that's the ruling there. Good work from our officials there. Right ruling. The ball goes back deep. Mellish now puts it back into the Samoan corner. 1-2 bounce. And he finds touch. So it'll be a Samoan throw 7 metres out from their line. Samoans defending the southern end of the oval tonight in the second half. Houston's back on for the Australians. So the Australians really trying to win this line out here, put the pressure on the Samoans. Again, there's few of the Samoans inside that 10. And same thing, they've gone to the back, thrown over the back. But for mine, that player was offside, he was never back to 10. Ball goes deep now, all the Samoans are in front. And it's bounced into touch. On the 10 metre line for the Samoans. Throw to the Australians now. 4-man set up. They go to Houston. Good ball off the top. Gibbs Grattan back on and making breaks in the middle of the field. Good drive on him there. Quick ball, the Australians, they need it. Slowing down the Samoans, have done it all night. Good wide ball, bounce past the Mossman. He beats one as he has all night, Mossman. He's doing well. Into the contact, makes the yards. Ball now from the 9. Quick ball, Saunders. Gleeson with good yards again. I'd love to see his figures for this evening, but we've knocked it on. Push ball off the deck. Probably needed to consolidate that a little bit, but great play from the Australians, moving the ball well. Players running at speed into space. This is where the Australians are really doing well. That short pass off the edge, player into space, looking for that support. Player on with no jersey here. We're having to make a change. The Australian starting props are now back on. So Australia back to 15 men again. And they're free kicked again, pushed before they're gone. Samoa play on quickly behind the referee's back. The 12 dominant tonight whenever he's had the ball. Lomai Vina there, the 12 for Samoa, had a great night with the ball. They go wide again. Penalty going, hitting the halfback there, the Australians. They play on the Samoans. They get another 10 metres. Clean out comes. Still advantage. New advantage, says the referee. Nonu now into the contact. Good defence from the Australians. They take him back. He didn't make the gain line, so the referee will take it back for the penalty. So Gleeson there giving away the penalty, unfortunately, for the Australians. So the Samoans now going to take the option. So the Samoans take the option of the penalty here. Tolupe with the kick. Lines it up now, comes in. He's kicked well all night. And the commentator's curse has just axed him there. So the Australians now with the dropout. And that will go out on the full. So we'll come back to the 22. The Australians trying to play an up-paced game, but they're just not executing as how they would like. Another change here for the Samoans, with Nonu going off. And Akoya coming on. So Samoa taking the scrum option here. So because it went out on the full from the 22, they get the option to take the scrum from the middle of the 22. And I think they feel the last couple of scrums for them have been good, so it's probably a better option for them. We'll see how they go. Last two scrums, Australians have given away free kicks, so I wouldn't be surprised if they give away another one here. The referee will go straight to the penalty. They go wide from 8. Good blindside move. They make 10 metres. Oh, they've knocked that on though. Playing advantage, says the referee. Ball goes on. Setting up for the box. The Australians in front of the breakdown there. Probably could have got penalised, but we'll play on. Quick play on from the Samoans. They don't wait for the line out. They have the quick one now. They go wide. Running to space. Good ball. Still on his feet. Good tackle. O'Brien there. Tackle had to be made. Samoans now a little bit flat-footed. Flat-footed, they get caught behind the gain line. Good defence from the Australians. Oh, now that was poor defence. No 10-20 there, and they get caught. Samoans, good leg drive again. They get over the gain line. Deep now, big run again over the gain line, but they lose the ball in contact. Advantage to the Australians. We set up now. Ball deep. Kick finds touch. Carried over, I feel. Just wait for the signal. Yeah, it's carried over by the Samoans. So Australia straight to the line out here on their 40-metre line. So the Australians just need to settle here. Ball at the back, well won. Gleeson. Timu now, good carry. Mellish with the crossfield kick. And it bounces just inside the touchline to get a good game for the Australians and put pressure on the Samoans. Just outside their 22. Ken and Timu playing well here tonight. His brother's in the Reds program up in Queensland and made his Wallaby debut last year. Clearing kick now from the Samoans. Just over the halfway. Danger man now, the silent assassin. Tipu goes well, makes some good yards again. I think he might have been hurt though in that tackle. Yes, referee blows it up. He didn't fall, he fell very awkwardly there. Junior. So, Junior Thibault just receiving some attention there. Took a heavy knock in that tackle. The second half has been played at a very fast pace by both teams, really looking to shift that ball and move it around. The Samoans trying some variations with their line out, trying not to let the Australians compete and win some clean ball for themselves and get that first phase. Once they have that first phase, the Samoans are looking quite impressive, making the gain line with almost every carry, supporting well at the breakdown. When the Australians have the ball, they're slowing the ball down at the breakdown, not letting the Australians to actually get any flow on. They're winning good first phase ball, but unfortunately they're not being able to use it the way that they wish. So a bit of concern being shown here for Junior Tupou. Both teams are in a huddle now whilst the medical staff attend to Junior. Not quite sure what's going on with Junior here. Hopefully we'll be able to, he's all right, and so we're just taking a bit of a break here for managing this injury for Junior. We hope that he is well. Been a very entertaining game so far here this evening. 7 tries in all. Samoans really have come here to play. Their cohesion in the first 3 games has really shown through against the Australians, who haven't actually played together as a group. The Australian set piece though has been dominant. The scrum especially, they've worked very hard on that, you can tell. The Samoans, however, their open field play has been excellent. It's been a great pleasure to watch. We hope you're enjoying our live stream. We'll just stop of play due to an injury at the moment. We'll restart the game as soon as we can, but obviously the care and safety of our players is the most important thing. Just once again, we'd like to thank the sponsors of the Samoans, getting them here to play these matches. The Principals Association of Samoa, Samoan Airways, the Samoan Rugby Union, and the people of Samoa themselves, who came together with the raffle for the team across the 40 schools of the nation, and the fabulous wheelbarrow push, where people were able to come out and put money into the wheelbarrow to support this team. Just shows what a great community builder that rugby can be, and the hard work that the community themselves have put into getting these boys here to play these matches in Australia. And about to restart play. Junior's been moved from the field. Not quite sure what the injury is, but he has been able to walk off, which is great. And they're going to treat him now on the sideline. So hopefully nothing too serious. We've got about 20 minutes to go. in the match. Unlucky for Junior, he's having a great game, scored 2 tries in the first half. Has looked outstanding when he's been in the clear, so we wish him all the best. Scrum now to the Australians. About 30 metres from the Samoan try line. Good ball to the back now, goes wide. Short ball in. O'Brien off the feet, won by the Samoans. They go wide quickly. Good tackle had to be made. So the Samoans going in that ABC pattern. Go deep now, clearing kick. Taken by Melich. Runs to the line, can't beat the first defender. Timu with the carry now, doing well. Holds in the tackle though, they maintain possession, the Australians. Ball's out, says the referee. The halfback has to take it himself. Ball's there now, made available. They go wide, passing behind, well picked up, but lost in the contact by Garrett. Samoans now on the attack, ball on the ground. Chase, off the knee, play on. Now tackled out the ball, I would say. Nothing in it, says the referee, and we'll go for the line out, Australian throw. So the Samoans now not back to 10. Ball in behind. The Australians just not executing those simple skills now. That break-in play has really upset the momentum for them. Mellish with the clearance. Doesn't go out. Samoans now hard on attack. Good run. They make 20 metres off that kick receipt. Pressure now. Good carry again from the Samoans. Penalty. Could be in trouble here, the Australians. So Dylan Saunders, yellow card there for a lifting tackle. So the Australians have been in trouble. That's their second yellow card for the evening. Quick tap now from the Samoans. They take it to the advantage line. Good clean out. They go again into this ABC pattern. The 3, good carry. Good clean out, pick and go. Off the edge. Samoans again, they scored off this last time. They go again. Good driving ball, base of the goalposts. No try yet, ball at the back. Australians need to defend now. Oh, intercept. O'Brien making good yards, gets it out. Clean out comes. Ball's at the back. They maintained it, the Australians. Ball carrying on. Houston going wide. Ball off the knees. Gone. Played the knock on, says the referee. Again, a little bit unlucky there, the Australians. Just need to settle that ball down. Play some phases. So Timu going off for the Australians. Lamiso coming on. So the Australians can pack the scrum again. Lamiso already with a yellow card due to a tackle without arms earlier. They go wide again, the Samoans. Good carry again. But holding on, didn't get the clean out there fast enough. Probably the only time tonight. Australians play on quickly. Kick forward, penalty advantage. Kicker taken out with the shoulder, and this could be a yellow card too. And it will be. So Ale in the bin, charging the kicker. So the referee just calling both captains in now, having a chat. Tom Nicol just trying to re-establish a little bit of order. Each team has a player in the bin now in the past 3 minutes. And it's really coming on. When each team gets a bit of a roll on, we're getting that foul play creeping into the game. So ball goes, penalty goes to where the ball landed after the kick. So Sean takes it forward. He was the player infringed. And we're going to have a scrum. So 7-on-7 scrum here. Interesting, the Australians packing without a number 8 as their option. So they win the ball there. Clearance there by Washon. Good wide ball. Ball in behind. Mossman carries though. Ball back inside. They lose it. Advantage to Samoa. So we'll play the knock on. So again, both teams packing without a number 8. A little bit strange. But they are both down to 14 men. Ball in now for the Samoans. Good clearance. A little bit cross-field as we come now. Go wide. Oh, ball bounces in behind. Unfortunate, they were doing well there, the Samoans. Now they're under a lot of pressure, the Australian swarm. Need more men into the breakdown there, the Samoans. Ball goes out. That AC pattern now. Samoans again just trying to work it away from their try line. About 15 metres out now. Low pass. Finale had to stoop down. Oh, he's lost that forward there. So we've got an injury there. And that's full time there this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Australian schools running out winners, 31 points to 23. In a very, very physical contest.
the Australian Schools Rugby Foundation. Special thanks to Knox Grammar School for hosting and their generous assistance. And also a big thank you to the Samoan community of Canada who helped accommodate the team during their stay in Sydney. Have a safe trip.
As I run in.